Okay, hi. So we are going to go over our September TBR. And right now I have these books. Plus I am still waiting on, well, I have an audio book, but it takes me forever to get through an audio book. Yeah, I have half an hour left of Riley Sager's The Only One Left. Yeah, I'm liking it. I mean, I don't think I'll buy the book, but now that I listened to it. But yeah, it just takes forever for me to listen to an audiobook. It's just not something that I pick up. I'd rather listen to music than an audiobook. But I do subscribe to Audible, so I did get with my last month's credit, I got the only Riley Sager I haven't read. The last time I lied. So I have that one on audio that I'm hoping to get to in September. And like I said, I have 30 minutes more of that of The Only One Left. But I like it. Christine Lakin does one of the characters, and I like her. I like her a lot. So I'm 130 pages from finishing The Poison Heart. So this will be finished before September. I'm liking this. It took me forever to get to it, but I really want to get to Cinderella is Dead. And it smells like Starbucks because I was at Starbucks today. So yeah, I'm really liking it. And this is fantasy, but it's easy to understand fantasy, especially if you don't read too much fantasy. You can understand. This is YA, but YA fantasy that you can actually understand. Unlike this Sarah J. Maas, this one, yeah, I can't get into that one. The Queen of Shadows, yeah, I can't. But yeah, this one, very good book, The Poison Heart. Okay, so now let's see, September. Speaking of coffee, I'm gonna read Before the Coffee Gets Cold by Toshikazu Kawaguchi. Toshikazu Kawaguchi. Ooh, I like that name. Toshikazu Kawaguchi. Ooh. What would you change if you could travel back in time? And this is the one, remember, I found at the Little Free Library. And this is not too long. This is just under 300 pages. And he was born in Osaka, Japan. And he's 4 years older than me. So that's exciting. So this goes on the TBR. This one should be finished. This one should be finished before, yeah, because I read it pretty fast, and I read it all day, and then when I entertain the hamsters in the washroom. So yeah, this is 370 pages. So yeah, just over 100. So I should be finished this one. So this is going on September's TBR. I would like to reread Book Lovers by Emily Henry. Absolutely loved reading it, and I want to reread it again. It's just like, I love it. I eat meat. I can't believe you tricked me into being a vegetarian for a decade, then caved for a Whopper. Whoppers are amazing. I love this book. The future will be the present, and this will become the past. Yeah, like the quotes in here are just phenomenal, right? That's another one. Sometimes even when you start with the last page and you think you know everything, a book finds a way to surprise you. Let's see. People like to remember childhood as all magic and no responsibilities, but that's not really how it is. You have absolutely no control over your environment. It all comes down to the adults in your life. So I want to reread this book. Okay, the next one that I'm going to reread is Gan Meltzer's Mr. Perfect on Paper. Why am I rereading this one? Because it's September, and yes, I won this in one of her giveaways that she did internationally, and she signed it for me. Wishing you joy, love, mazel, and a lifetime of happy endings, Gan Meltzer. So yes, and I had another copy like this, but I got water damage, so I just gave it to a little free library. But yeah, so I want to reread this because it starts in September, so I have to reread it. So September, otherwise known as the start of the Jewish high holidays. So yeah. And Gan Meltzer is an auto-buy author for me. Speaking of Gan Meltzer, this book just came out today. Kissing Kosher! Yes! And I read the Matab Ball. There's the Matab Ball, which I always reread around Hanukkah. So I've already read that twice. I'm probably going to read it around Hanukkah again. And this one is their half-baked rivalry is about to heat up. And Pam Jenoff said that everything readers could want a Jewish romantic comedy to be: sweet, soulful, spirited, and stirring. Look at this cover. It's just so beautiful. And this one is step 1, get the secret recipe. Step 2, don't fall in love. A vital Cohen isn't wearing underpants, woefully, for unsexy reasons. Chronic pelvic pain. Oh, Avido. Avido. Oh, I guess that's her name. Oh, sorry. I think that's her name. Avido Cohen. Chronic pelvic pain has forced her to sideline her photography dreams and her love life. It's all she can do to manage her family's kosher bakery, best babka in Brooklyn, without collapsing. She needs hired help. And distractingly handsome Ethan Lipman seems the perfect fit. Oh, and she dedicated this book to her dad, who passed away last year. Isn't that beautiful? Oh, this one, yeah. It's here somewhere. Right here. Except Ethan isn't there to work. He's undercover. Ooh. At the behest of his iron-fisted grandfather. Though Lipman is a household name when it comes to mass-produced kosher baked goods, they don't have the charm of Avito's Bakery or her grandfather's world-famous pumpkin spice babka recipe. Oh, so it is a perfect time to read this. Even though it starts in December. Yeah, even though here it says it's the Tevat, December to January. But we're talking about pumpkin spice. So yes, I definitely have to read this month. So I'll read this one, and then I'm going to read this one. As they bake side by side, Ethan soon finds himself more interested in Avito than in stealing family secrets, especially as he helps her find the chronic pain relief and pleasure she's been missing. But perfecting the recipe for romance calls for leaving out the lies, even if coming clean means risking everything. I love Gan Meltzer. Again, auto-buy. And then another one that I found at the Little Free Library, I'm putting it on the TBR, is Ashley Winstead, The Last Housewife. So while in college in New York, another New York story. Shay Evans and her best friends met a captivating man who seduced them with a web of lies. Oh, Maxie. About the way the world works, bringing them under his thrall. By senior year, Shay and her friend Laurel were the only ones who managed to escape. Now, 8 years later, Shay's built a new life in a Tony, Texas suburb. Ooh, now we're in Texas. Hey, howdy, partner. But when she hears the horrifying news of Laurel's death, delivered of all ways by her favorite true crime podcast, Crusader, she begins to suspect that the past she thought she buried is still very much alive. And the predators, more dangerous than ever. Oh, this is going to be good. Recruiting the help of the podcast host, Shay goes back to the place she vowed never to return to in search of answers. As she follows the threads of her friend's life, she's pulled into a dark, seductive world where wealth and privilege shield brutal philosophies that feel all too familiar. When Shay's obsession with uncovering the truth becomes so consuming that she can no longer separate her desire for justice from darker desires newly reawakened, she must confront the depths of her own complicity and conditioning. But in a world built for men to rule it, both inside the cult and outside of it, is justice even possible? And if so, how far will Shay go to get it? And this is the author of In My Dreams I'll Hold a Knife. In My Dreams, I Hold a Knife, which I didn't like too much. Oh, and another book added to this TBR is going to be my book of the month. But I haven't picked that out yet. So it's going to be these books plus my book of the month plus the audiobook. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 books. That's doable. So anyways, thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And we'll see you in the next one. Happy reading.